Season 2, Episode 12, Part 1, Prepare for Battle. I bet he was wanting to say, prepare for trouble, but then had people think it's Pokemon.
End this duel. Go, Varian Judgment! No!
He performed a synchro and everything, it still wasn't enough.
Since the Varian clan raided the base in the Synchro Dimension. Luckily, we all managed to make a safe recovery, and since then, had returned to the Pendulum Dimension till further notice.
Well, that's good.
However, Draco's still a little shaken after the duel with Minus. Can't say I blame him.
It's the first loss has taken in a long time.
Recovery after his crash, but he's not the same person we once knew when we met him. Overall, though, at this point, we still don't know what the Varian clan plan to do next. But I think that's going to change right now.
Because they'll probably tell us about it. Or it'd be like, they'll just attack something and they'll be like, well, there they are. Sorry it's been taking me so long to get to this, by the way. Just stuff came up and I just kind of forgot. But I remember now and we're back now, so that's good. So yeah, now we could do with Season 2. I sort of believe that was only a mid-season point, you know? I knew it was a mid-season finale, but it's also one of those things where it's like, huh, when you think about it in context, that's only halfway through the season, you know? Oh, makes sense at the time, you know? There's a consequence of the matter and stuff. Prepare for battle.
Hey guys. Hey Hugo. About time you got here. Where were you anyway? Sorry, I wanted to check on Blur before I got here. Oh, well, how is he? That's actually the unique thing. You see, he's gone. Gone.
He got and walked away.
I don't know. I mean, I went to check in at the hospital and they said that he just up and left. You don't think he's... I'm not sure.
Hope not.
And then again, he has been a little... Look, does it really matter? We have a meeting to attend and... Take it easy, Draco. You're still not in good shape after that duel with Minus. Yeah, just... Guess I'm still a little rough around the edges ever since that duel. Never mind that. Come on, let's go to this meeting. This way.
Look at all the nobodies.
Good. Everyone is here.
Everyone is here. The Smash Ultimate Reveal trailer.
Now then, attention to all Lancers that I have gathered here today. I have obtained some interesting news relating to the Varian clan and the organization The Forgotten. Apparently, we have learned that the Varian clan plan to obtain the third card that they need in order to resurrect Zark. At which the card is located at Phoenix University.
Of course.
It appears that the Varian clan have been planning to raid Phoenix University in order to obtain the card, but in order to do that, they must get past the organization of the Forgotten.
So we'll have these two evil organizations going after each other.
War until they obtain the card. Planning to what? Quick question. How exactly do you know this? Simply put, we have a spy working for the Varian clan at the moment. He has earned their trust and has leaked this information to us. I'm not 100% sure about this.
On one hand,
Does it make more sense for the Varian clan to come after, you know, the fourth card? I mean, you did tell them a couple of months ago that you have it, right? Not to mention, even if they did decide to come after the fourth and they'd still have to go to Phoenix University anyway, so there would be no point.
On one hand, it would be
Regardless,
great considering that would mean the two evil organizations would be like, just let them kill each other. Problem solved. But then they're trying to take back like this.
Down both organizations.
But then they're trying both go to this ultimate evil thing. So, ooh.
Once the raid begins, we will send a few minor troops into Phoenix University to observe the battle between both clans. Once a victor is secured, the spies will set off a distress beacon. Once the victor is secured, the spies will set off a beacon, at which will be the signal for the rest of our organization. At which will be a signal for the rest of our troops to attack and finish off the defending side. The winning side's forces will be weakened. So weakened, in fact, that we will be able to take back Phoenix University. Any questions?
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Are you sure this is a good idea? I mean, if either side wins, that means they'll be able to benefit off of what they have. I mean, if the Barian clan wins, then not only will they be able to take over Phoenix University for themselves, but they'll also have the location where the Zark card was buried under their grasp. And then if the organization wins, then Methlus will have obtained the other two cards. They'll only need one more until he can obtain Zark. Either way, if either side wins, then they'll only be one step closer to their goals. That is precisely why we must strike now. As said before, the winning side will be too weakened from the invasion.
Hopefully.
We must strike then, and only then, when that side is too weak to continue. It is
Makes
our
sense.
best option to take out both organizations.
It's kind of logical the
If we
money
allow
bank
the winning
briefcase
side
thing.
to stay around for too long, they will surely be able to recuperate.
And of course, in actual logic, it's
It's a
like that.
risk,
Just one of those things where
but a
it's like,
risk
it
we
makes
must
sense.
take. Now then, I will upload a special code to certain Lancer's dual pads. Whoever obtains this code, aka a letter, will be a part of the spies
L.
that will be sent to Phoenix University in order to scout out the assault.
Goes out to all our protagonists. What are the odds?
Huh. I'm the one who's been tasked to... Huh. So do I. Why us? Well, to be fair, we did have a fair amount of encounters with both the Organization of the Forgotten and the Barian Clan, so I guess it makes sense.
I guess.
Yes. Where's mine? We have learned
Reindeer
that the
didn't
assault
get
will
one.
happen in about a week. Duelists, prepare your decks. Gather your forces, because you have until then before we go back to Phoenix University. And this time, we will take it back.
Hopefully.
That is all.
Huh. Where they didn't give one to Draco. What if we only sent out two, or there's just some we didn't see?
My lord.
Viper.
Ah, Viper. How may I help you? Well, I have some interesting news. It is about the Barian clans that we have been keeping an eye on for some time. Is that so? Not only do they possess two of the key cards that we need for the box, but they are planning to come here. They're planning to invade our headquarters.
So you have a spy as
I've
well.
been keeping an eye out on their efforts for
And
a while
Viper is the
now,
spy, okay.
and it appears that they want the card that we possess. Well, in that case, prepare for battle.
We have a title.
Sir, if it is a fight they want, then it is a fight they will get. I've come too far to stop now. If they think they can come to this island and challenge my power, then so be it. I would love to watch the determination drain from their faces once my victory is assured. Besides, they have two of the key cards we need, so this conflict would have happened either way. As you wish, my lord. Oh, and one more thing. Really, what would that be? It appears that we have a very interesting intruder that wanted to speak to you personally.
Really?
Oh. We found him washed up on our shore trying to get our attention. I'll bring him in now for you. Methelus.
The traitor.
Well. General Havoc. I guess I shouldn't call you General anymore. Oh yes, I know what happened to you. Viper can be quite the chatterbox if you let him, you know. Enough of that. I came here for a reason. If you honestly
Imagine
think
Viper
that
going on and on, it doesn't sound very
in a
fitting.
duel will get back all of your pride and allow you to be accepted again by your pathetically insane dimension, then so be it. I'd love to watch you squirm. Who said anything about beating you? Methelus, I am here to serve.
He's full traitor.
Wow. This is unexpected. I wish to join your organization.
Then again, since he was kicked out of the
So why decide to side with me?
evolution dimension, he figured he has nowhere else to go.
Duelist Hugo, isn't it? Well, I should have figured as much. You're really going this far to try and eliminate him just because he was the butt end of your mistake. My mistake? My mistake! It was his mistake! His laziness was the reason I was fired! If he didn't screw up so bad, none of this wouldn't have even happened! I was the one blamed for his laziness! And if I have to turn to you just so I can get back at him, then so be it! With your power, I desire to crush that ignorant being! I'll destroy him and everyone like him! Even if I have to spend the rest of my life doing it.
So you just attack those with disabilities. You are the definition of perfection.
Oh, Methelus, you know that there's no such thing as the word offend in my universe. How pitiful. Can't you believe him? Jeez, you're stubborn. But you know what? I like that. You're in. Really? What? Oh, thank you, Methelus. I will not disappoint you. Of course. In fact, I'll let you be one of my admins.
Really?
But on one condition. You must duel Hugo. That's it. Duel him. You don't even have to beat him. All you have to do is duel him, and you're one of us.
Is that easy?
Do we have a deal? I get a new position of power, and all I have to do is duel Hugo? Oh, thank you, Methelus.
Gotta find him first.
This is perfect.
I smell rats. This is too easy.
In fact... What? How did... I think these
I'm a magic
cards
man.
should make your service a little bit
Remember that time when
more-
Yuma got 5 new cards for
Faithful.
Utopia, and then we only saw like 2 or 3 of them?
Especially the one at the bottom.
I think that all that came out was V Salamander and maybe Dark Sexual Weapon Chimera
Yes.
Clad.
Yep. And it's all yours. You can keep it so long as you duel Hugo as promised. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Fear not, Methelus. You will not regret this mistake. I will not let you down. Oh, I know you won't either way. Now, one of my lackeys here will show you to your new living quarters. Stay there until further notice. As you wish, Methelus.
I even get a place to live, too.
It will be an honor to serve in your image. Sir, not that I'm questioning your orders, but...
I'm questioning your orders.
Why allow him to have a position of power? He's not even a... Oh. Now you're picking up where I'm going down. We don't need to recruit him. We just have to use him. Besides, I think he might make for a entertaining roadblock.
So you're using him as just to stall for time, basically? Like, just to get you away, I guess, maybe? Mm-hmm. Question of the day. What is your least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh series? Brains. Just... It was the only Yu-Gi-Oh series I straight gave up on. Like, I almost gave up on Arc 5, but at one point I thought Yuto was going to return, because it just seemed like... I saw this one in a thumbnail from a guy who was reviewing. It's like, oh, Yuto's back? Maybe I should go back to watching. Of course, that didn't end up happening. It was just during the duel with and all that stuff. But it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, it got me back at the series. His brains just got me out, and I didn't go back in. I just didn't find it interesting. But that's just my opinion. If you found Brains like the best Yu-Gi-Oh series ever, you have the right to your opinion. I'm not going to judge you for it. That's just my opinion. Anyway, next. And now we have episode 12, part 2 of Prepare for Battle. I almost hit something. Actually, I did hit something. What am I saying almost for?
My lord, we have almost arrived at the island.
The guy with scuba gear would be on the naval bit. He's when he
Soon we will be on its shores, and the raid, in order to obtain the card, will begin. Soon the raid shall begin, and we will destroy the organization forgotten
minus.
within. Yeah, that rhymes. Is something funny, Sully? Oh, forgive me, my lord. Just having a bit of a laugh. You? A laugh, Sully? That is a laugh in itself. I thought you were all serious until the dimensions are united and your family can come back to you, and peace can finally be restored. Ridley,
but I mean, this guy's the same as
have you made it your life's goal to get on the nerves of anyone that you come across? Oh yes, constantly. Enough.
Limited budget and all that
This
stuff.
isn't a time for jokes. This is a time to be serious. We're about to evade an island surrounded by another organization, which have the very card that we need. Understood, sir. Remember, once we obtain this card, we are one step closer into unlocking Zark's power, and then we will restore the 4 dimensions to their rightful place. Of course, sir. The 3 of you have already been told our battle strategy. Simply pin down the organization troops to allow me to get to Mephiles. It is obvious that he will be the one who knows where the card is, and I will personally take him down so we can obtain it.
That's a laugh.
Oh,
he might give Mephiles a run for his money. I could possibly see that, but I don't think he'll win.
And one more thing.
What are you doing?
What was that? Right now, I have just given you 3 the powers of Chaos Draw. Chaos Draw?
Do it just like that?
It is a special technique that the Barian Emperors used to use.
Great.
It allows them to manifest the very card that they need within their hands upon drawing. Wow.
Makes sense for a bad guy to be using it, but when the hero does it, it's like, what the frig? Cheating.
You've given us the power to cheat.
Yeah.
No, it's not cheating. It's a technique that allows you to manifest the very card that you need.
Yeah, cheating.
So in other words, cheating. No, it's not cheating. Hey, don't get me wrong, boss. I'm good with cheating. If you gave us the powers to cheat, well, I'm into it.
Let's be real here. It's cheating with extra steps.
Anyway.
It's more like Heart of the Cards if you like you moved your deck, whatever card you need on top of the deck, but that's still cheating.
Whichever card that you desire. However, if used by one that is not a Barian Emperor, it can be quite dangerous. In fact, I'd say using the technique once per duel is safe enough. Any more times than that could surely be lethal. So use it wisely. As you wish. Overall, though, I would recommend absolutely preparing yourself.
If we gave it to Havoc, I swear to God he'd use it every single goddamn turn.
They were the ones who managed
regardless if it was his turn or not. He'd be like, draw agreed, chaos draw.
Let this battle be true. For today, we will be the victors.
I sure hope so, at least.
Of course, sir. Our victory will be absolute. For Barian World. For Barian World. For Barian World. In other alert news, most of the escaped criminals that have escaped from the facility in the Synchro Dimension are still being apprehended. Some of the escaped criminals include Hasero Throsso and Topia Leatherwood.
I just realized the prison looks like a nuclear reactor.
Not been apprehended at late. Sector security have confirmed that they are doing everything they can to recapture the escaped criminals. More information on this news as it develops. Topia, what are you up to this time?
Lord only knows.
Are we there yet? 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 Are we there yet?
Why are you here?
Can someone please remind me why Jones was chosen to be on a scout team? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? 2 words. Are we there yet? Father, money.
No, for frig.
Why not? You know,
is Jones Turner?
Jones' father just buys out all of Declan Corp and makes Jones the mascot of it.
Don't give him ideas.
Don't give him any ideas.
They say money doesn't grow on trees, but what we don't know is that Jones Turner's father actually did make a tree that grows money.
But I still don't get it.
It's the only explanation.
Chosen to be on the scout team. I mean, shouldn't I be with these guys?
It does make sense though when you think about it. Being like, even Declan knows that money doesn't go on forever, so he still needs donations. He's rich, but even he knows that richness can only last so long.
It hasn't got to me. In fact, I bet the only reason why you want to be on the scout mission is because you still want to get back at him. Look. You're still not letting your loss against Minus go. If you're really going to let it consume you like this, then we might as well not have brought you at all. You're lucky that we even allowed you to come. Now, get back with our dual soldiers and wait further orders.
So we not only let Jones along, but we let Drake along. But then again, at that point, they'd probably be like, you know what? We let Jones in. We're letting anyone in. Fuck it. Bring him.
Sorry about that, everyone. Now, the plan is simple. Each of you will be split into teams of 2. You will be sent to scout out a certain area on the island and observe the conflict. Once the conflict starts to dive down, you will each signal the rest of us. That will be our prime time to attack. After that, the war will begin. Remember, the prime objective is to be quiet. Make sure that you don't drive any attention to yourself. If either side of the conflicts notice that we're getting involved, then our attack would be all but worthless. We must keep ourselves hidden and secured. On it, sir. I, Jones Turner, will be as quiet as a rhinoceros. I feel sorry for whoever's going to be signed up with Jones.
You're going to be signed up with Jones, aren't you?
Now then, more information about your teams and your positions on the island will be revealed as we get closer. For now, make some last-minute adjustments to your decks and prepare yourselves for boarding. Do I make myself clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
And Jones in the background, yes, sir!
Hey. Oh, hey, Bit. So, decide to come out here all by yourself?
No, I came out here with my entourage of adoring fans. What do you think?
You know, I never thought that we'd be able to get the chance to return to this place. Honestly, I thought that the world would be doomed any minute once Mephiles found Zark. But now that we know that he needs 4 cards in order to get a chance to obtain him, I guess it does put a bit of pressure on... I mean, no matter which side wins this conflict, they'll both be one step closer to their goals. And if they obtain the last card that we have, then... well, we're goners. Not to mention the last time I was sent on a spy mission, by the Evolution Dimension no less, well, I just get the feeling that any mission involving me is just destined to go wrong. Is that so? Well, then prove yourself wrong. Prove to yourself that you can do this mission right. I mean, you're one of the best duelists I've ever seen. Even after that duel that you had with Methodist, you're still remarkably skilled. I know that being good in mission
Don't underestimate yourself.
and dueling are two different things, but you're more skilled than you know. Just prove yourself wrong and tell yourself for once that you can. Because, honestly, that's the biggest problem that I think you have. You focus too much on the fact that you can't, you never bother to think if you can. So tell yourself that you can. You can prove yourself wrong. You can prove those who have ever said anything wrong about you wrong. You are more than you know, Hugo. I know that. Because I've spent some time getting to know you. Even if it wasn't long. You are a good person. You don't need to be good at everything in order to do that.
Exactly.
Just think about what I said, okay? I'll see you later when we get to the island. Hey. We're almost at the island. We'll be there in a couple of hours. Perfect. So, what made you want to escape from prison? You want me to be honest? Well, originally it was for a petty reason, but then I decided to think about it for a bit. I guess
Dueled my old master, got obliterated.
an opponent I had once made me think of it. I guess. Honestly, all this time I wanted to prove myself that I was worth something.
Everyone's trying to prove their self-worth.
In the act of revenge, I lost sight of that and ignored the fact that I already did prove myself to somebody. I guess now I know what I have to do. So what about you? Why are you heading to the island? I have my reasons. Well,
It's
they
the
better not
special
be
kind of
similar
guess.
to mine originally. Well, I can't promise that. Well, regardless, I guess we'll both find out what we're looking for once we get to the islands.
My theory is that's the blur. The heck?
I'm not weak. I will do this. I'll prove them wrong.
Take that, David, talking havoc.
Alright, Nephilis. Here we go again.
Round 2. What is your least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh episode? Are we allowed to call the episodes of Variance as a flashback an episode? It's kind of hard to go about Yu-Gi-Oh like as a franchise, considering there's been God knows how many episodes. But I don't know. I mean, all of them kind of bring something to the table. I guess we're just going over by like the original series, if I can just count that one, just to simplify matters a bit. I don't know. There's been so many episodes. I mean, come on. At the end of the day, even the filler episodes bring something to the table, even if they don't have any point to the plot or anything like that. I mean, I guess maybe it could be like the episode with frickin' Johnny's steps, but even then it has Johnny's steps, so it immediately negates the problems. I guess maybe the filler arc where they were all in the frickin' virtual world the first time, not the no arc the first time, but even then it doesn't, just kind of exists in a bubble. Just the filler plot. Even the filler plots, while they could be bad, at least they were something. You know, they brought something to the table. Can I count all capsule monsters? I count the recap episodes, but those aren't really episodes. They're just recaps, previously on Yugioh. I feel like my brain is like scrap right now. I guess technically if I had to pick one, maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. It's one of those things where just like, it's not really that hard, it's not really that easy. I guess GX would be easiest just because the first freaking half of the season is mostly filler, so really if you just take out something from there, you lose nothing. But in this trying to go with the original series, I guess the easiest thing for me would be like one of the episodes of Clash of the Colosseum with the Kaiba versus Yugi, just because I think that duel is too long. It's 6 episodes. I guess if you were had to like take something that could have been like one episode out of it, just be like, take the part where Joey's in a dream dueling and take that shit the frig out. I know why it was put in there. It was put in there for padding and all that stuff, but it's still like, just take that out. It doesn't need to be there. I guess maybe there's that filler episode where, I think there was that filler episode where Yugi, well, that was a 2-part technically, but there was one episode where like Yugi duels a duel machine that's like at max difficulty, and he's gotta like beat the 5-headed dragon. Someone through like scapegoat and polymerization and all that stuff. He's like, he gotta beat the 5-headed dragon or something like that, and then he overpowers it by using this kid's deck full of normal monsters. Then with Heart of the Underdog, and it's just one of those things where just like, and then Spirit Ryu just overpowers it. At least I think that's how it was going down. I may not know word for word. I may be wrong or something like that. Just one of those things where just like, it's the usual Yugi's in a corner until he gets something out. I think that's probably the worst one, just in the sense of be like, I don't know. I just find it lazy to be like, the first episode, this kid has nothing in his deck but just normal monsters. Next episode, draws a card, it's a spell that Yugi didn't put in his deck. He did have a non-monster. Be like, okay, that was just lazy writing. There's probably just something in the dub where it just be like, probably was something where the sub was like, he barely has any monsters. Like 99% of his deck is monsters, But it's still one of those things where just like, the writer realized, oh shit, wait, I can't do anything with just monsters. And that's just kind of like a 2-part. But it doesn't really add anything. I mean, you could say that all the filler arcs don't add anything, but I guess that one just kind of especially, I don't know. I want to do one for freaking Brains. Here's one you could do from Brains. It's not, you don't even need to take out the recap episode. Take out the duels with Revolver where it ends in the third, take out the third round with Revolver where in the speed duel that ends in a draw. Because it just leads to a master duel again. Just skip to the master duel. I know why some of these episodes are, some of this is done just because it just, it had to fill out the runtime, but it's like, I mean, yeah, there is that episode of Zexo where, well, that's Zexo, so that doesn't count. There's an episode of Zexo where he, like, have some sort of carnival and he hangs out with, like, the guy who's a member of the Barian clan, and he's able to face Tori and, Kat, or Kotori and Kat, which was just pointless filler, but whatever. The only time Tori duels, so she still has more duels than Yuma's sister. I can't really think of anything, because I guess that episode is just there because it's pointless. I will say this, because at the very least, none of the episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Really offend me as a person or anything like that. Like, they might offend me in hindsight, but when you're watching the episode, there's something really offensive in it. It's not like they go around saying racial slurs or something like that. Just be like, I'll say this, Yu-Gi-Oh! May have had characters that's kind of like more provocative, like Akita and stuff like that. Or any of the female characters were just like, oh, let's have them turn it as sexually as possible. But it's just like, they never really had a beach episode or something like that where it's like, here's an excuse just to have fan service because fan service. I mean, unless I'm forgetting something. I guess there was an episode of, in that same episode of Zexo I brought up that Rio was technically playing volleyball with Tetsu, and she wasn't in a bathing suit, but it's like, that was really it, and it was just kind of like a throwaway scene, so it's like, if anything, I commend Yu-Gi-Oh! For not doing that sort of stuff more often. Hopefully Sevens keeps up that trend. I'm assuming it hasn't already done that episode. I don't know, I haven't been keeping up. So yeah. I think my freaking trying to decide what the worst episode is actually went on out longer than this episode. So, yeah, I guess I'm just going to go with the duel where Yuki had against the high max level machine thing, just because it's pointless. I mean, it's a fine duel and all that stuff, but it's one of those things where it's pointless. It has no reason to exist. That's all. Toodles.